So one of my favorite aspects of Spider-Man Brand New Day is the interactions with Yelena slash Black Widow. And there comes a point in the story where Spider-Man goes to talk to Black Widow because he needs some information, and she basically kind of pushes him off and to says, "Listen, we're the new Avengers. We deal with the big potatoes. What you're dealing with are the small potatoes." And at one point calls them baby potatoes, and they're having these conversations where she's basically saying what we do is more important than what you do, and call us when you have big important problems. And I know for some of us it can feel like we really do just deal with like small potatoes or baby potatoes, but the reality is this, that the stuff we deal with that is the smaller things are just as important and just as vital as the big things. And if we're not good with dealing with the small things, then we definitely won't be good with dealing with the big things. There's this scripture in Luke 16, verse 10, where Jesus makes this point. He says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much." And the bottom line is just straight up that if you can't be trusted with small potatoes, then you can't be trusted with big potatoes. And I believe that goes not only for relationships with people, with friendships, with trust, with how much of ourselves we allow others to have, but I also believe that goes with what God gives us the ability to deal with, to work with, and to have responsibility over. Because if He gives us the responsibility to deal with smaller things that are small potatoes, and we don't deal with that faithfully, I don't think He's going to give us bigger potatoes. And we need to make sure that we treat the small things the same intention, focus, obedience, faithfulness, and wholeheartedness that we would put into the bigger things when we get the opportunities. Because listen, the small potatoes are just as important as the big potatoes. This has been a Faith and Fandom Bite Size. If you enjoyed this, head on over to faithandfandom.org where you can find more than 200 geeky devotionals free to read at any point in time. We have more than a dozen books in our book series, which you can find on Amazon or at a Comic-Con near you. We have podcasts wherever you get podcasts. But thank you for joining me in finding God and geek culture.